Have fun. I love you. Bye.
My father was always a man of few words, but those 3 words, I love you, will stay with me forever. My parents divorced when I was 4. Growing up, my brother and I spent a majority of our weekends with my dad. I will always treasure the traditions we had, like going bowling every Sunday after church and going skiing every winter. Eventually, both of my parents remarried and each had a child with their new spouses, allowing me to be a loving and supporting sister to 3 brothers altogether. Each of my parents' careers are middle class jobs rooted in providing support to the community. My mom is a nurse, my dad is a physical therapist, my stepdad is a firefighter, and my stepmom as a teacher. Although my dad could be quiet at times, he showed his passion for life and for others in the way he cared for his patients. He always took the time to listen to what his patients had to say and tried to go above and beyond to get them the treatment they needed. Because of my parents' desire to help others, I have decided to pursue a career in pharmacy and hope to carry out my dad's legacy of genuine compassion for his patients. We often joked when I was younger that I wanted to become a prescriptionist to help make people feel better. In December 2011, my dad was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer just as I was about to take my final exams for my first semester of pharmacy school. As the rest of my classmates were studying away, all I was concerned about was completing my exams so I could travel home to be with my family. Over the next 4 weeks, I would spend as much time as I could caring for my father, whether that meant spending the night in the ICU or sleeping over at his house to help my stepmom and younger brother take care of him. During this time, I was still working as an intern at CVS to help cover my living expenses. Each time I left for work, I wondered if that would be the last time I would say I love you to my dad. Eventually, it was time to return to school, and again I wondered if this would be my last goodbye. I returned home one weekend for a spaghetti dinner fundraiser for my family to help cover my father's medical expenses. I was in awe of the number of people who came to support my father. It was unfortunately my dad's last interaction with his friends, colleagues, and patients as he passed away that Sunday on January 21st, 2012. Immediately, bills began to pile up, and in the midst of grieving, my stepmom had to find a way to support her and my younger brother. Unfortunately, my father's house was lost to foreclosure, and my stepmom and brother ended up moving 7 hours away to seek help from her family. Although my father had a little life insurance, the majority of it went towards paying his medical bills. The minimal life insurance that my father did have went to helping my stepmom and brother survive, and my college funding was placed on a back burner. My older brother had a bipolar break at the age of 21 while in college, placing his education on hold. During this time, my mother and stepdad were saddled with the responsibility of paying his loans while my debt continued to accrue with each passing year of education. My mom has had to pick up extra shifts at the hospital while my stepdad has started a lawn care business to help also. I am currently in my 3rd year of pharmacy school, as well as enrolled in a Master's of Business Administration program. I continue to work at CVS as much as possible to help cover my cost of living as well as contribute toward my loan payments. Between my work schedule and minimal financial status, I have only been able to visit my brother and stepmom 3 times within the past 2 years. I hope to one day be able to support my younger brother's college education in lieu of the support he would have had from my dad so that one day he can pursue a career without the stress of a financial burden. Although my dad is gone, I continue to live out his legacy by participating in Relay for Life and mission trips, both helping to give back to the community. I like to think of rainbows as a sign of my dad's presence, watching over me, like the ones I saw on my drive back to school after his passing and at my graduation shortly after. Next May, I will be graduating with my Doctorate of Pharmacy and Master's of Business Administration, and I know my dad will be there then as well, watching from above and saying to me again, I love you.